start right with the big crossover that's coming up. The trailer looks incredible. Can you talk a little bit about what it's been like putting this together?
Well, it's a logistical, very challenging thing.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to shoot an episode. PD wants to come and shoot our set, or Fire needs our set, or they need our actors, or we need their actors. So for the assistant directors, it's really puzzle making. But they're used to it and they deal with it, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, creatively, it's tracking the 3 shows. So if whatever anybody does over in Med, that affects what happens in PD, and then you have to set up what happens in Med in Fire. So there just has to be a lot of communication amongst all of us.
And flexibility. But it's a big thing.
It's really a fun thing because you don't ever get to do it. We've never done anything like this on, any other show.
It's unique.
But you work with 3 different crews, 3 different, and it's really great.
And this particular one is really like a movie. It's really a seamless shift from hour to hour. And so the other ones in the past have tended to be, well, this is the Fire, this is the Med, but this one is really like of a piece. So it's different in that sense too.
What was it like developing this huge idea about biological warfare? How did that idea come behind?
That was Derek and Dick had dinner together.
We should never let them have dinner.
So they put together that idea.
And then Derek originally wrote all the 3 hours, but then we had to make adjustments in terms of getting the medicine more to what it should be, and it was a big process, but it's very exciting.
Is there anything that happens specifically to the Med characters that in this crossover that will continue on and have lingering effects in the episodes that follow? Or is it kind of more of an isolated story?
It's more isolated. I mean, we do a little bit of tracking what each show is set up with their characters, a little bit of that. But it's more, the focus is more on this thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a standalone episode movie.
Gotcha.
Has this been one of your more flexible moments throughout the show since there's so much collaboration through the teams?
Yeah.
Or are there some other kind of crazy flexible moments that you can think of during the show?
I think in TV you're always flexible. Schedules change and all kinds of things happen.
People get sick.
So you're always kind of bouncing around. But on this normally on this show, we cross over many ways. We have to be able to get an actor ID, and we have to make sure that actor is still alive. I mean, on the show,
Yeah.
So, and then if you can't use that person, you have to use somebody else. So you're changing.
I'll give an example from the crossover. We had a scene that'll happen one of our doctors goes with 2 cops to investigate something, and then we get a call. The cops you want, they're not available because they're shooting PD that day. You need others. So you gotta switch out some other cops and adjust the scene to switch those actors on, just because of the logistics of doing it.
Speaking of, logistics and flexibility with perspective to audiences, one of the things that's been really fascinating me is Wolf Entertainment becoming more digital. The help of was that affecting your or any part of your work on the show?
I wouldn't say so. That's, it's a big company, and we have our little division of it. And it's, in a way, what we're doing is still pretty traditional in terms of storytelling and the kind of TV that we trained in and grown up with. But I think, marrying it with digital platforms and other internet things is great. but we haven't been tasked to do that. We're not big social media people, but some of our other writers are. They keep us abreast of that.
Go ahead, Ashley.
So what are some of the other things that you can kind of tease that we can expect from the show? If anything.
Well, Dr. Charles is married, but his wife has a very bad illness. And that will continue to play out.
And of course, the Will and Natalie. I mean, that carries us all the way through these first 9 episodes to our fall finale. And I'm sure they were talking a little bit about that. We're dealing with her memory coming back. It will come back.
Her fiance.
So we don't have
There are
feelings
a lot
about
of
that.
there are a lot of things that will be happening, and there's a lot of things that are happening in the East and April. That's going to be an up and down situation.
Going back though to the premiere, we did lose 2 characters, Ava and Connor. I'm just curious, like, was the way that they were written out, like, or the way their exits happened, was that how you guys always envisioned them happening? Like Ava, for example, like when she was first introduced, did you know that that's kind of how you wanted to have her written out one day, or is that like something that just kind of developed as like the seasons went on?
Well, as we developed the character and she started to do bad things,
Yeah.
it sort of became evident that at some point, those things come to roost, and so at some point we would have to have an ending similar to the one that we had, because
She was headed for a bad end.
Right.
but it evolved.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
as her relationship with Connor evolved, that evolved, and then her obsession with him evolved. We kind of early on decided that she would have a personality disorder, but we always wanted it to, you would not really be sure.
And as one of our medical consultants told us, that he can be a very good doctor and still be really messed up psychologically.
Yeah.
What do those idea moments look like as things evolve and characters come in and characters leave? What do those boardroom moments look like when someone picks an idea and maybe someone's emotionally attached to another?
Well, when you feel like it's a really good idea, you get really excited, because then it just feels good. So as a writer, that you have something to head toward. That's a good one, and that it's satisfying to that it finishes the circle. It's satisfying when those moments happen.
But a television series is a living, breathing thing. So we might start out the season with some idea that we would do this and this and this, but then you would see the way the actors are interacting, the characters are interacting, and we'll often change things. Wouldn't it be more interesting if this happened?
Yeah, I know. Hello.
I'm going to join you for about 3 minutes. Okay. Sure.
Hi. So long.
So you shut everybody up.
Everybody got shy.
What are some of the things you're most proud of with the way these 3 shows have come together?
It has nothing to do with the shows. It's the way people have interacted on it in real life because of the shows. And it's a pretty big family and everybody gets along. I mean, there are no squeaky wheels in the cast. I don't know how many. I think 5 of the actresses live in the same building.
It's like a dormitory.
It is. And They hang out together. They go to basketball. It's. I've never had anything like it, which is, I think, only visible to the audience by the fact of how good they are together. And there are no line counters. There are no "where's my close-up." It's a remarkably ensemble-like world, and in fact, it's also very good that this season is open the way last season closed, which is there's no clear winner. They work perfectly together. Think of if something happened and there was no fire all of a sudden, that affects the entire brand. But everybody wishes each other well, and if you think that's common in Hollywood, he ain't been there. No, it's really extraordinary, and that's what I'm proudest about. But the shows are really good shows. Good writing, and it's always the writing. With I don't know how many, proven by the fact that I think we've got just on these 3 shows 21 or 2 actors under contract. So the fact that people don't kill each other and do impossible work. We had a dinner last night, and crossovers, everybody hates me. Everybody.
We didn't say that.
I hate making it, but I love the result.
Yeah.
And it's extraordinary, but there's always a lot of reshooting on the crossovers because you put them together and go, oh my God, they never And at the dinner last night, I said, and I promise we will stop shooting before it airs.
Yeah.
Thanks. I've been curious about the announcement that Wolf Entertainment would become more digital. What are you excited about? Like digital path kind of away from broadcast?
Well, it's not a way away from broadcast. It's in support of what I hope will be broadcast for another 10 or 15 years. It's not going away tomorrow, but what we're trying to do is energize the base more, to put it in political terms.
I need to move you to one more table.
Okay.
That's okay.
And I'm
Just,
sorry,
if there's
I
anything.
just know where I'm told.
We do too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. So Med is poised to have its 100th episode this year. Have you guys started talking about what's to come, or is that still too far down the line to have thought about that yet?
No, we've been
Talked about it?
thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, we have to head the stories in that direction. So, especially, we have this break between 9 and 10. So we have to think about what's going on when we're not on the air to our characters and how we're going to take the characters forward from that place to 17. It's another little mountain for us.
Is 17 the 100th episode?
Yes.
So going back to the exits that we had with Connor and Ava, how, especially with Connor, I think, how is that going to affect the story this season with his absence?
Well, he was a CT surgeon, but we've already done a lot of hard cases. So we still have Dr. Latham out of Ascendo as our head of CT when we do the hard cases. But we lost 2 heart surgeons, so that will affect it. Emotionally, because between the premiere and the second episode there was a gap of a month, the staff has pretty much already dealt with it emotionally. So there isn't a lot of emotional fallout that continues because of the time gap.